Welcome to another video. Today we are playing Despia Fisherman. Of course, we're playing Despia with the Fisherman engine, and we're going first. We're playing in ranked, and we're going to see which version of Despia is better. Our opponent is going to Ash Blossom or Fray for Patchwork. That is okay. We were playing that to bait out an Ash anyway. Don't really need the polymerization. Let's normal summon the Aluber. Aluber going to search. Opponent got an Imperm. That's okay. We actually don't need that to resolve because we have the Branded Fusion in hand. Let's activate Branded Fusion. Should be safe. Opponent again. Max C. That is triple hand trap opener. That is ruthless. But we're okay. We only need to do 2 summons here. We are going to give opponent 2 cards back. We're going to make that Lubellion. Lubellion going to discard a card. And we are, of course, going to discard Fisherman. That is one of Fisherman's strengths, is that he can be discarded. Activate Despia and Tragedy's effect. With a Brand of Fusion, we send to the graveyard. Get to search for a Dramaturge. And Lubellion gonna special summon into that Mirror Jade. Everyone loves it. Now Fisherman loves it too. Alright, let's see what our opponent's doing. See if our opponent gets through our board here. Opponent playing Ecclesia. Gonna special summon it. Activate its effect. Also playing Despia. Now we gotta be careful here. This card can fuse using our monsters, so he could steal our Mirror Jade, make his own Mirror Jade. I don't think so, opponent. Let's activate Mirror Jade. Banish your Fallen Alba. Stop you from fusion summoning. Get that out of here. Opponent has their own Aluber. Opponent playing the Despia engine. Now we just gotta see if we can win. That means Fisherman Despia is superior. Now, of course, I'll have the full deck list at the end of the video, so you can check out the full powered Fisherman Despia deck list. Let me know if you have any suggestions for better videos. And make sure you subscribe if you like this, because you know, if you like it, I'll make more. Alright. Opponent making their own Lubellion. They're probably gonna make their own Mirror Jade as well. Let's see. And yes, they do. Mirroring our board completely. Maybe that's why it's called Mirror Jade. Opponent gonna activate their Mirror Jade right away, banishing our Mirror Jade. Well, that's gonna send all his monsters to the graveyard at the end of turn, so we're gonna be left with an even board. Except the opponent's gonna get to set something with their Albion, but I think we are as well. Pretty sure we activate our Mirror Jade. We got our own Albion in the graveyard. Perfectly mirrored boards here. Opponents get their Ecclesia back to hand. We get to search for that Branded. Opponent's board gets wiped. They're gonna wipe our board. They're gonna brand it in red. Fusion summon. Adding that Fallen Albaz back to hand, and what are they gonna make? Opponent is making a Albion Branded Dragon. It's gonna let him special summon a monster from the graveyard. Opponent special summoning a El Shadow Winda. Alright. Well, that is pretty ruthless. El Shadow makes it so that we cannot special summon more than once per turn. So that's a little difficult to get through. Luckily, we draw an Imperm. Now, we actually didn't need this Imperm here. Still learning the deck list. But Fisherman, I know Fisherman, I don't know Despia that well. We actually are going to be able to negate a monster effect. But we negated it just in case. Make that Masquerade Blazing Dragon. And with the effect of these 2 monsters, we get to special summon. Dramaturge is going to special summon itself. Dramaturge has an effect. We can target an effect monster and negate its effects until end of turn. But that's only if a Fusion Synchro Link monster is special summon. So I guess we're right to Imperm that El Shadow. Alright, let's summon the Luber. Get searching. Search for a Branded Fusion. We can use that for later. Get battling. Wipe our opponent's field. Get rid of their Branded Dragon. And now you can see Fisherman Despia superior. Alright, but the game's not over yet. Let's link into Predaplant, Anaconda Verte. Use our Destiny Hero Denier. You saw this was here. You knew this was coming. Make that DPE. Now, I don't see everyone playing DPE in Despia, but in Despia Fisherman, you 100% play DPE. Let's burn our opponent for 600 because they're activating an effect. And let's pop that back row. Use our little Sneaky Boy to pop that back row. Opponent adding a Branded Fusion. Now we're going to be playing the waiting game here. Opponent is going to pay a lot of life points to start activating effects. Branded Fusion going to pay 600. Lubellion going to activate. Pay another 600 our opponent. Pay that tax. Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. Activating another effect. Paying more taxes. We're making opponent honest here. Opponent is under audit. Opponent sending some monsters to the graveyard. Making that Mirror Jade now. We just gotta be careful here. We gotta make sure we activate second. As long as our Destiny hero does not get banished, he's gonna keep coming back. Our opponent can only pop once every other turn. We can pop every turn with this DP. So we gotta be careful here. Let's negate its effect with the Eluber. Opponent activating, but it's too late. You already negated opponent. Opponent gonna activate El Shadow Fusion. Now El Shadow Fusion says you can fuse or summon a shadow monster using monsters from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field. Now opponent has only 2 monsters on the field. So if we pop this face down card, opponent's not gonna have any monsters on the field to use. So let's not worry about this negated Mirror Jade. Let's pop that set card. Opponent's fusion is gonna do nothing. Mirror Jade is negated. And we got a monster coming back. Shadow Hedgehog's gonna activate. Gonna add a shadow monster from deck to hand. But it's opponent's I guess it's still opponent's battle phase. Opponent can still do stuff. Masquerade gonna resummon itself. Keep our opponent paying their taxes. Opponent gonna set a monster here. Back to our turn. DP back online. Mirror Jade activated its effect, so they can't activate again. Let's get popping. Pop that DP. Mirror Jade is going to activate, destroy our field at the end of turn, but opponent is not going to get an additional turn. We're going to make a Lubellion. We can make our own Mirror Jade, discarding the branded red. Activating the effect of the Despian Tragedy, add a card hand. We don't even need it. We're going to activate that effect of Mirror Jade, banish their monster, and attack for lethal, and opponent knows. Opponent knows, and they're conceding, and that means, you know what it means. It means Fisherman Despia is superior to regular Despia. And you may be doubting. You may be doubting still, so I'm going to show you again. Let's go. Alright, we're on to the next game. As you can see, at some point I realized my field was a mess, so I have fixed this. I have upgraded. We got the fish. Opponent, Ash Blossoming, our brand of fusion. Let's call by the grave. Negate the Ash. We really want our brand of fusion to resolve. We don't have our Fisherman engine online. We don't have our Fisherman in hand. But we'll have to use Despia for now. Don't flame me in the comments for this. I don't want to see any comments saying, oh, this is just branded Despia and you put Fisherman in the deck. I don't want to hear that comment, alright? We put the entire Fisherman engine in this deck. You can't get any better than this. Let's activate that effect with Lubellion. Discard 2 special summon the Mirror Jade. In defense mode, why not? Attack mode, defense mode. Defense mode plays around Lightning Storm. Attack mode plays around monsters with 2,600 attack points. Opponent playing Mech Lords. Now, I don't know anything about Mech Lords, but I can read. And this card says something about popping a Mech Lord. Opponent's going to try and pop their own monster to activate an effect. I don't think so. Let's get banishing. Opponents use their normal summon. I'm betting that we're not going to see any more shenanigans if we can stop this. Opponent banishing our Albion, the branded dragon, so we're not going to get any search effects for our branded spells, but you know what? That's okay. Banish. Mech Lord Assembly doing nothing. Opponent send 1 card. Pass into our turn. And we draw him. We draw the Fisherman. I know what you're thinking. Is it Fisherman time? Not yet. Gotta be ready. Let's set that brand of fusion on the field. Activate. Opponent has another Ash Blossom. Negating. Alright, we gotta make sure we have the Fisherman safe. We're not just gonna throw the Fisherman out into the open water without protection. Opponent has a Mirror Force. What is this? Opponent living their best life, playing Mirror Force. Alright, well we just got pass here. We're not gonna summon into this field. Our Fallen Alba is not gonna do anything. Opponent passing without any actions. Alright, well we can't summon the Fisherman because he's level 5. Let's set Super Poly attack with the Fallen Albaz. Now we're just getting damage in. Fallen Albaz is usually best when you can use them to fusion summon something. Opponent normal summoning an Ash Blossom. Discarding a Harpy's Feather Duster to pop that Ash to summon a Mech Lord Emperor. Attacking over us, we cannot use the Super Poly because this monster is Earth Attribute. We need them to play either 2 Earth Attribute monsters with different types, or opponent needs to play a Dark monster. Let's summon a Luber, which we just top decked into. Activate the branded fusion. Special summon the Albion branded dragon, and using Albion we can actually fuse to make another Mirror Jade using monsters in our graveyard. Let's banish that. Those two monsters from our graveyard make the Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade gonna banish that Mech Lord Emperor. Get to battle phase, and you know, Fisherman was ready to come onto the field. He was leading from the hand. That is a Fisherman victory, right there. And don't add me in the comments being like, oh, Fisherman didn't do anything in that game. He was watching the whole time, supervising the battlefield. All right, let's go on to the next game. Now you're probably asking me the question, why is your field back to looking garbage? Sometimes you gotta look like a peasant. You know, confuse your opponents. Opponent is going first, playing Prank Kids. You might also be asking the question, if I want to play Fisherman Despia, do I really need to craft the whole Despia engine? And I'm going to say no. I think I'm going to do a future video. I've trimmed down the Despia engine to not use as many cards, and we can fit more Fisherman cards into this deck. So let me know in the comments if you want me to revisit this deck list. Opponent, using Effect Veiler to negate our Jester. We're going to set 2 cards. Set a Super Poly, set a Branded Opening. We can activate it on our opponent's turn. And this summon limit is going to stop us from summoning more than 2 monsters a turn anyway. But opponent is also locked with a summon limit. Let's activate that Branded Opening. Get that search from the Aluber. Also get the search from the Edge Imp Chain. Opponent has a Forbidden Droplet. And unfortunately, I could have used Super Poly. I could have used the set Super Poly to dodge the Droplet. But opponent sent a spell card to the graveyard. So we cannot activate spells in response to the Droplet. Very smart opponent. Did they know? Was it a coincidence? Who knows? It's impossible to tell. But opponent played around our Super Poly, so they're going to negate our Effective Search. No branded for us, but that's okay. We still get the Fray for Patchwork. Now, we could search for the Polymerization. We could pop a monster on the field, but let's do that first. Try and bait on an Ash. But I think the correct move here is to not do that. Let's make the Anaconda Verte. Let's make the DPE. And let's leave this summon limit because opponent is summon limited as well. If we just start popping their stuff, we pop this field spell, kill their monster, opponent's not going to be able to do anything. We got Ash Blossom to stop the Prank Kids effects in the graveyard. I think we're in a great spot with this summon limit here. I think opponent has locked themselves. DP going to summon itself back on our turn. We still got this set Super Poly. See what the opponent can do here. DP back on the field. And opponent is done. Not going to wait for the Fisherman to show up. Alright, let's go on to the deck list. Alright, here is the Despia Fisherman deck list. Now, take a look at this, because this is some tier 0 stuff right here. Of course, we got 3 copies of Legendary Fisherman. We got 2 copies of Legendary Fisherman 2. Now, you're going to ask me the question, how do you get this on the field? Well, you tribute summon, the forgotten method of summoning. You tribute summon the Fisherman 2, and then you special summon Fisherman 3, banish their field. Now, there are some sneaky ways to do this turn 1. If you happen to draw a Branded Opening, you can special summon that Aluber, activate its effect, get the Branded Fusion, normal summon, tributing that special summon monster, and then special summon the Legendary Fisherman 3. Of course, you do have to draw these cards, and there's no easy way to search them in this deck list. But you know, if you believe in the Fisherman, he will show up when you need him. Alright, now let's make sure I go through the whole deck list here, because I know people are going to ask questions. They're going to say, oh, I want to make sure I got every card correct. We got 3 copies of Branded Fusion. We got the DPE in here. I just love DPE. He's so great. He's so versatile. We got 2 copies of Super Poly. We got a lot of dark monsters here, so we can just fuse our own monsters if we need to. But if opponent's playing dark, or if they're playing monsters with the same attribute but different types, we can just fuse their monsters. This is a really powerful spell. Honestly, I kind of want to put it in every deck, but not every deck can fit it. And also, if you're not playing darks, it makes it a lot worse. 2 copies of Call by the Grave, 1 crossout. Really great if you're playing against another Despia list. 2 Branded Openings, 2 Branded Reds, and 2 copies of Imperm. Alright, in the extra deck, we got 2 Super Poly targets. We got Starving Venom and Mood Dragon of the Swamp. I guess we also have Predaplant Dragus Plasia, which is another Super Poly target here. You can use a Fusion monster and a Dark monster. We got 2 copies of Albion. We got 1 Despian Quartus. We got 1 DPE. We got 1 Masquerade. We got 2 Mirror Jades. We got 2 Lubellions. One of them is a nice little prismatic. You know, I just got this. I was lucky. Sometimes you gotta make a deck just because you got a prismatic Lubellion. And we got single Guardian Chimera, and we got Link Spider to get rid of a token for Nibiru. If we end up with a token, we can maybe make a Predaplant Anaconda Verte go into DPE. So that's why this is in here. Probably could replace this, not key of the deck or anything like that. Alright, Hope you like this Fisherman Despia deck list. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this deck list. How could I make it better? And you know, maybe we'll revisit this. Maybe we'll trim it down, fit more Fisherman cards in here. I definitely think the Edge Imp Chain package is not necessary. And we got, you know, all these super polys, all these spray for patchworks. We don't need all this. This is all, you know, superfluous, excessive even. 2 copies of Brandon Red. Another, you know, maybe we don't need it. We could probably run 1 and fit more Fisherman cards in here. Same with Dramaturge. I don't think Dramaturge is needed. I think this is a supplemental card. Alright, hope you liked this video, and see you next time. Have a good night.